Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Elma and today I'm going to be going through my GW12 team review as well as my GW13 wildcard draft. As this week I'm going to be activating my wildcard chip. But before we start off the video, I'd like to thank you all for the continued support on the channel. I really appreciate it. We are about 40 subs away from hitting the 400 mark that I was planning to hit before the end of the year. So if you're not yet subscribed, please hit that sub button. And also, if you are enjoying the content on the channel, make sure you leave a like on the video. It really helps out the channel. So without wasting any much time, I'm going to go straight to my Game Week 12 team review. Managed to score 46 points, which gave me a very small rise in the overall rank to 3.2 million, taking my overall points to 913. It was not a really good performance considering the team that I had, but it was a good enough performance to enable the the overall rank rise in the team. So in goal we had Ward, who managed to score 9 points, clean sheet, and picking up all the bonus points in that match, which was really good. Considering that I decided to bench Raya against Chelsea, wanted to score 10 points, so I was in the panic zone. What if Ward does not do really well, but he went out and delivered in that game. Then he had Zuma, who was a doubt for the game, so I excited that he played. I knew he was not going to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool, so we just take those 2 points. Then Trippier, continuing his hot form for Newcastle, managed to pick up 9 points. Dunk also keeping a clean sheet against Nottingham Forest and picking up some bonus points as well, so 8 points. You can see that most of the points came from the defenders. And so then Gordon, who picked up his customary yellow card, who managed to only score 1 point. And Salah, who had brought in for this week because he was the best captain of the week, managed to only score 6 points after a very poor display from him as well. Then you have Leon Bailey, who picked up a yellow card and was subbed off even before the 60th minute, so 0 points there. Then Pereira, 3 points, really nothing much to do, almost scored a goal, but so 3 points from him. Then Kane against United, Kane and Spurs are really shocking against United, so only 2 points from him. Then you have Nunez, who managed to score a goal but was subbed off before the 60th minute, so there was no room for extra points or even bonus points, but we take the goal. Then you have Ivan Toney, who played really well against Chelsea. It was just unfortunate that they could not manage to score any goals, but they played really well. Then you had Raya 10, Cancelo, Rhys James, and Martinelli all did not play, so it was a really strong performance from the team. So I hope that in game week 13 you can be able to improve on that. So as you might have seen with the title of the video, I'm going to be activating my wildcard draft. And that's how I'm going to be lining up. Can start off with the defenders. I'm going to be having Raya in goal. I'm going to keep faith in him because he's been producing of late back-to-back double points. So there's no need to transfer him for another keeper. I'm going to be keeping him. Then you had Trippier, who I'm also going to be keeping in the team. I know they play Spurs, but he's been on hot form, picking up almost bonus points in every game week. So I'm going to also be keeping him. Then I'm going to be bringing in Ben White. I know they're the likes of Saliba and Gabriel, but I think if Gabriel and Saliba don't score, they just give you clean sheet points if they manage to keep a clean sheet. So there's no need to pay 0.6 million more. We can just get Ben White for 4.5 million, which is a lot cheaper. And I'm sure he's nailed on to the right back spot. So I think he's a good option to bring in. I'm also going to be keeping Cancelo there. They play Brighton at home. Man City are averaging a total of around 3 to 4 goals at home. So I think keeping Cancelo is a very good option. I'm sure they also want to be bouncing back from their defeat against Liverpool in the previous weekend. So I think Cancelo is a good option to keep. Then he has keeping Zuma as well. I think he's the best 4.5 million defender. He's always nailed on for West Ham. I know West Ham have not been good defensively, but I think Zuma is a very good option to have in there. Now that they play Bournemouth, who don't score a lot of goals, so I can hope that for a clean sheet there and maybe attacking return at the other end. Then we can move on to the midfielders. I'm going to be keeping Martinelli. Of course, Martinelli has been on form. I think he's been the best Arsenal player this season so far. Maybe you can argue for Jesus, but for me, I think Martinelli has been the best. He's been performing really well. They play Southampton. They had a very good midweek Europa game. They managed to win that, and they're just continuing their hot form. So I hope that can be able to continue their hot form against Southampton as well. Then we have Zaha. They're going to be playing Everton. Everton concede a lot of shots. I know they are good defensively, but they concede a lot of shots. And Zaha, I know he can be able to score some goals. So I'm hoping that he can be able to score in that game against Everton. Then we have Salah against Nottingham. If Salah does not manage to score against Nottingham, I believe that he will be leaving the team. But I hope that he can be able to perform against Nottingham. We saw against Brighton, they had a lot of chances, but they not managed to score. But with Salah and Liverpool, they're going to be able to score some goals because they are better than Brighton in terms of finishing. So that Salah can be able to perform. Then I'm going to be bringing in Foden against Brighton, as I mentioned about Cancelo. Man City are always looking to score at home. They score a lot of goals to put away teams, and I'm sure it's going to happen again. Then we can move on to the forwards, where I'm going to be having Haaland, and I'm going to be captaining him against Brighton. I'm sure he's upset. He did not manage to get a lot of chances against Liverpool, and he's going to come out and put out his frustration against the Brighton defenders and keeper. So I'm sure he's going to have a very good performance, and I hope that he does, able to perform as he's always been performing throughout the whole season. Then I'm going to also remain with Ivan Toney. I think Ivan Toney has some very good fixtures against Aston Villa, Wolves. So there is really no need to remove him out from the team. I think I'm going to keep him. Then to the bench, we're going to have Joel Ward, who's going to be remaining in the team just because he's a cheap option, 4 million, and he's the cheapest active playing goalkeeper. So I think I can keep him. Then you have Odson Edward, who has been performing really well for Crystal Palace. So he's also going to be on the bench. Then Pereira against Leeds is also going to be on the bench, and Gehi also going to be on the bench just to be able to enable me to have some fun. So when I make this wildcard draft, I'm going to be left with 0.8 million in the bank. I'm still thinking of a way that I can be able to fit better players into the team, especially in defense with the likes of Zuma and Gehi, if I can be able to upgrade them. So as I've mentioned, I'm looking to upgrade some of the players. So these are some other considerations I'm considering to bring into the team on the wild card. We have Van Dijk from Liverpool. Van Dijk has been playing really well. He's picking up his form. I do not have the attacking returns of Trent and Robertson, but for now I cannot afford those guys because they're too expensive at the moment, and they've not been producing a lot of assists. So maybe it's better to just go for a defender and hope that they can be able to score corners and those kind of things. Then we have Saka from Arsenal, who I'm also considering to bring in. So it was a debate between Zaha and Saka, with Saka picking up the knock in Europa and Ateta saying that he hopes that he'll be okay for the game against Southampton. He just put the balance more on Zaha, so it's around like a 70-30 at the moment. But Saka is also a strong consideration because he's been on form. He's been scoring a lot of goals of late, especially since he's on penalties. He's also a very, very good option. And then finally there are Mitrovic, who's also been on form. The only thing that puts me off from Mitrovic is the Man City and United game. I know he might score, but those are not ideal fixtures because they have really good defenders in their team. So that, guys, that is my wildcard team. Let me know in the comments how you think it is, what I can change to improve the team. And also, if you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram. The link is down in the description. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.